Hi, welcome back to Kick My Asana. Today is day 5 and we've still got a lot of time left together. I hope that you are enjoying your time here. Let's open in seated bound angle, soles of the feet together, knees falling wide and away. You can take blocks underneath or pillows underneath, whatever you need. Maybe you also need a block underneath the hips. I like to push my sit bones towards the back of the room, drop my heart forward, and take a bind somewhere around the foot, big toe, ankles, anywhere you can grip to draw the body slightly forward. We're not looking for big dramatic things to happen right in our first pose. Chin can tuck and head drops towards the feet. And opening your practice, just noticing where there's resistance to maybe being here or resistance to something in your life. And how that can turn up inside our bodies, making us literally rigid. And thinking about how I can open space around that. Maybe it's out of my control, or it doesn't need to be in my mind right now, seeing if I can free up some space around the rigidity that exists in my mind showing up in my body. And you'll quite literally watch your mind let go of something and see your physical shape change. Using the next 3 breaths to let go of any tension inside your body where it probably doesn't have to be. And this typically looks like tension through the face, what we show the world, who we are, not letting any walls down at any point in time, even when we're by ourselves doing our own yoga practice. If you could soften just a little bit more. Really, 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 really slow. Stack your vertebra one on top of the other. Until you're all the way up. And if bound angle feels right for you, you feel very grounded and centered. For where I'm at right today, I don't have a chip foam block, but I'd like to have one underneath so I could sit a little higher up, but I don't have that. So what I'm gonna do is bring my heels in and tip my pelvic bowl forward slightly. Here, left arm comes down, right arm comes up. And start to cross over your side body. It's okay to bend through the left elbow to support this. Noticing if there's tension or holding through the right rib where your lung could maybe, if you let it go, breathe a little deeper. And all the way through center with your inhale and a strong belly lock, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Right arm down, left fingers reaching, opening each muscle, wrapping each rib through your left side body. And the left side body is all about openness and receiving. It's deeply in feminine energy. And we all could use a little more flow. Well, you know what? Some of us could use a little more discipline too. That's why we're all here. Come up through center, both hands rise up. And as you exhale, take right hand to left knee and use that to pull your left side body open as you reach and stretch. So left fingers reaching way, way, way over to the right. Both arms rising, strong belly. So a little bit of core here, sneaky core you didn't recognize. Left hand, right knee. And right hand reaching as far over as it can. Lots of space happening. And jaw loosening, tongue loosen, breath still full and flowing. Back through center. Hands will come behind the back body. I like my wrists turned in, fingers turned out, but you're welcome to do it fingers in, wrists out. Heels slightly in front of knees, strong belly breath in, heart is slightly buoyant, and then exhale, lift the hips up and squeeze the glutes, hamstrings, tuck your chin, breath still flowing. If you're holding it, the posture's really not doing what it's supposed to do. There's just a lot of suffering happening, waiting for the next minute and for me to release you. But what if I forgot? What if I left you here for forever? You'd have to breathe, so breathe. Find that point where you can breathe. Stop asking when it's over and be here. Slow, lower down. And coming forward to boat. So if that was really opening on your forearms, this is gonna feel good coming forward. So boat, either back of the thigh grip, feet down, or shins parallel with the floor. If you wanna go more, I'm not gonna do it today just because my back's a little bit tender. I'm not gonna straighten my legs. I wanna have as much back strength as I possibly can without the option of my low back starting to round. So I'm here today, see where I'm at tomorrow. But right now I'm here. This is my pose. This is where I'm at. My breath is here. And relax. Take opposite ankle than you had if you were in a cross-legged seat before, and come forward. If you had bound ankles, stay there. Arms rise up, big belly breath in. Exhale, reaching forward, hinging, using glute strength to hold your anchor, your seat. Fingers reaching, not lifting the glutes away from the earth, and stopping where you're just hovering. They're strong enough to hold you here. There's a balance. Your core's got you. Your shoulders are maybe a little bit heated, and that's okay. Heat is good. Breathing for 3. 2. And last breath, you can let your hands down, soften your heart, your back body, and drop your head. Before you lose all your heat, come forward into tabletop and make your way into downward facing dog. Toes tuck under, hips lift up, heart presses back, and the armpits start to reach for your knees. Head is heavy. This is about the time where you notice if you need a pedicure or not, and all the things that are on your mat, and every physical option or object or memory comes forward to take you out of your pose. Close your eyes and stay in. With your inhale, you'll draw forward into plank. Either knees up or knees down. From plank, we'll rotate onto right side body. So right palm stays down, left arm goes up. And you might have just rolled onto the edges of your feet or stack left foot on top of right. From here, you could take inside knee down, which we've done before, you visited before, or take your top leg up. Come back through plank, straight over to the other side, left side. Top hip is constantly trying to lift up towards the sky, and you're pushing down through your grounded palm. Back through center plank. Option to drop the knees or straight into downward facing dog if you would not like to vinyasa. From downward facing dog, big toes to center, left leg comes up. Bend the knee, kick the sole of the foot over to the right side mat. And then make tiny circles, whichever direction, with your lifted knee. Switching directions and holding. Lots of glute engagement. See if you can kick your heel up higher and over more. And then big empty out. Your foot will step forward, come up crescent lunge. Whew. This is going to be one long standing sequence today, and then we're done. Each side, be as present as you possibly can. Even now that I've given you that information, I want you to be in your postures, not waiting for the next one, not counting down. Where can I hone in? So for me right now, my back leg, the heel needs to come up higher and I need to kick back more, pulling my quad into my thigh. Open up warrior two. Back heel drops down to make the outside arch of your foot parallel with the short side of your mat. Shoulders are right on top of hips. We so often want to be driving forward. Sit in it. Be in it. This is a literal version of that type of person. If you were here, you're always here, right? You're always going on to the next thing. See about being here. Front leg straightens. Right hip starts to slide back. Left fingers reach forward. Hold. Front hand drops down. Back hand comes up. Hold. I'm going to be high on this one today because I'm listening to my back and it actually doesn't even want to be in triangle at all. So I'm just going to hold like this. From triangle, bring forearm to thigh and bend your front knee. Back hand comes up. Side angle. Top hand reaches up and over. Both hands come down, stepping back plank. Option 2, vinyasa, or meet me in downward facing dog, straight out of the gate. I'm skipping the vinyasas today, guys. I'm taking care. Big toes to center, right leg comes up, bending the knee, fire hydrant. And once you have every muscle locked that needs to be locked, start to circle. Tiny circles, they don't have to be big. No one's saying that your small circle is inadequate. Go the other direction. And hold. Next, empty. Step your right foot forward, come up crescent lunge. Where do you need to hone? What's happening here? Is your mind going to how far we've come, where we need to go, all the things? Stay in your breath. This is literal, mental and emotional, spiritual, physical, everything happening in this moment. Warrior two. And the warrior two, strong inner thigh and pulling it with the right glute, pulling your knee to the back side of your mat. creating a nice track from the knee to the second toe. You know, to be brutally honest, when I go to yoga where there's mirrors, I love mirrors. I'm a mirror lover. But Warrior 2, what it does to my side body, I find myself hating on it. And I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to feel like your body right now is not enough, because it is. And we're the only ones seeing it that way. Straighten through your front leg, draw your left hip back, and reach your right fingertips forward. Your body is an absolute declaration of how we treat ourselves and how we feel inside. So the more windmill your front hand down, back hand up, the more that we become loving and accepting. It may not even have to be like, oh man, I look so hot today, but just like, wow, I love you, body. I love you, body. Even when your back is sore, is gonna change the way that you see yourself and the way you carry yourself. And I really, really found a lot of love for my own self on my mat, even though in Warrior 2, side angle, front knee bends, forearm to thigh. Even though in Warrior 2, I was struggling with that, it gives me opportunity to sit with that. What's behind that? Why is this not good enough? And then eventually figure out it is. You can reach your hand over for extended side angle. Every aspect of your growth has been tied to your discomfort. Both hands come down, stepping forward this time. Halfway lift, breath in. Exhale, fold. Soft knees, strong heart as you reach your fingers to the sky, pressing down through the heels, lifting up through the gaze, and then diving forward, fold. Halfway lift. Fold. Okay, so there's lots of stops here, lots of places to stop. Half moon may not be where you get today, but it will be part of the equation. Dancer's pose first. Left leg is strong. Feel the foundation of your foot, all four corners. Bend your right heel. Take a grip of the inside arch. The inside arch is going to give you more opening through the shoulder and lots of kick with the top of your foot. So option to stay here. Nice, good quad stretch. Whew. Hang on a second. Hopefully I can do this. And left hand can reach up towards the sky. Maybe you want to kick into the palm of your hand, starting to lift, finding dancer's pose. And maybe, just maybe, you end up in your half moon bind. Top hand comes down. Cannot hold that. So I just showed you very quickly, but I cannot hold that on this side today. 4 more breaths. All the instability happening in your mind first, body second, and coming back all the way through, releasing your right foot down, planting your right foot down, feeling the roots go down into the earth, and then left heel kicks in, inside arch grip. Maybe I stay here, focusing on my quad stretch. Right arm can come up, or kick in, heart leading the way, maybe finding your half moon bind. Whew. Okay, left leg releases, hands sweep up. Big empty out, let that all go, fold forward, half lift, strong flat back, and step back or float back. Vinyasa, optional. Downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, right knee is gonna land in front of you like you're gonna do pigeon, but you're not. You're gonna sweep your back leg forward and hug the sole of your right foot into the inseam of left leg. Side bend. Left hand reaches down as far as it can on the left leg, and right hand comes up and over, side bend. Really tender back today. So usually I have a bind in this, and I don't today. But I'm only telling you that because I'm teaching you. I'm normally not even gonna think about that. It's just like, oh yeah, here's the edge today. And back through center, both feet widen. Heart leads the way forward, hips press back, and then hands are gonna climb forward until you feel a nice tug on the inner thigh. Feet are flexed here coming into this because we want strength with our length. We don't want length without strength, or you end up with 2 torn hamstrings. I don't know who would do that. She likes to party. One time was in a yoga class. I keep saying it, both times happened at a party, but they could have, but one ended up in a yoga class. I used to do the splits a lot as a party trick. And then walk your hands back to your body. Left knee bends, side bend over to the right. So right hand down your leg and left arm up and over. Ooh, this side's even worse. Woo! Take my breath away. But not literally, like you can hear me breathing, because if it took my breath away, I would come out of the pose. Come back through center, both feet travel forward, and you'll roll onto your back. Extend your legs forward and find Shavasana. If there's any last pose that you feel you wanted today or missed, or maybe I actually did miss it and do it on the other side, you can take it here. I'm sure if it's standing, you'll opt out. And then once you find your whole body rooted down into your mat, take a big breath in and let it go. And your pranayama today is watching your organic breath, training your mind to watch your breath while you practice Shavasana. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow.